Today on my table saw, we're going to try to fix this Jackson signal generator. Some of you might remember it. I showed it when I bought it, and then another time just opening it up and looking at it. It is model 641, and I really do have it on my table saw next to my chop saw. So we're going to fix this device really well. And when I'm done with it, it is going to work like it has never worked before. I'm just kidding. We're not going to mutilate it. And unfortunately, the way how things have went for me, I've decided not to repair this device. Reason is essentially at the time I didn't have the workbench space anymore. I outgrew my workbench space, and at the time I decided, well, let's go ahead and go with solid state because it's a lot smaller. Well, since that decision and buying a bunch of solid state devices, I've moved offices. Well, I technically, theoretically would have the room now, but I've, like I said, just bought a bunch of other gear instead. Now, what I've decided to do with this, and that's what this video entails, is this is a, well, you know, all my videos are special, right? All my videos are fantastic and awesome. Couldn't get any better than they are in general. Except for we can get the fire brigade going here. Well, in today's video, making a run to LuckyLarry's house. Gonna go meet LuckyLarry and Chubby and the cats, and just hang out and chill for a little bit. So I decided, since Larry is into boat anchors and he don't have any test gear like this, that this would make a fantastic addition for his workbench. And he's up for a good challenge, and he knows how to work on this junk. I mean this fine stuff. So I don't think that this really is going to pose much of a challenge outside of putting a new mains cord on it, running through, looking at the capacitors. I think that this would be a splendid piece of gear, and honestly, it would be something that I really would enjoy having on my workbench. I think it would be fantastic. Because as you see, we've got modulation, audio, the signal generator, and a microvolt section. So this really has a lot of things that you would need to work on your radios. I think this is going to make a fantastic piece of gear for you, Larry. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you get many years worth of use out of it. All right. With that said, let's jump in the car and head to Lunky. Let's head to LuckyLarry's house, shall we? Well, finally made it here to Lucky Larry's house. And already put Chubby up. So now we'll wait for him to come to hopefully like his gift I brought him.
Well, what are you guys doing? How are you doing, Jack?
I'm doing great, Larry. And you?
I'm fine.
So how's it feel to be on VEG TV?
Huh?
How's it feel?
VEG TV?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's true. I've never been on that before, have I?
Right, right. Well,
he's going to be noisy or anything, too.
He's got to be the star.
Oh, of course.
So let's go ahead and check out
Yeah.
this gift that I brought you.
See what you did.
Hopefully you like it. I'll give you a clue. It is a boat anchor.
Oh, no.
So
Who knew?
it's something you don't have.
Oh, yeah, I don't have one of those. Wow. What is it? It's a signal generator.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's really cool because
Yeah.
it also has
Wow.
audio generator
Yeah.
with modulation. It has microvolts, so when it tells you to put 300%, you could dial it down to 300% at less than a volt or whatever that is.
Well, I can see why you had to rearrange the trunk.
Yeah. Now this thing is not light.
Yeah. Well, I'm used to that sort of stuff. Most of the military stuff I have weighs somewhere between 60 and 90 pounds. It depends on what it is. So.
Wait till we lug this thing.
Let's see how this one.
I bought this at the flea market, and I had to lug this thing the whole way, and it was heavy.
It's not bad at all. Listen to him. He's just going crazy back there. Wow, that is something else.
So,
well,
I think you could use it because I don't think you have anything like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything like this. That's true.
And so it'll definitely help you work on your rig.
Well, why don't you come inside and take a look at my shop in the back. Actually, it's my bedroom. Okay, anyway. So Jack brought me something, of course. So let's go take a look. And signal generator. And we're going through this, seeing. Actually, I have to clean this thing out probably too. See what it looks like inside.
It's very clean on the inside.
It is really clean on the inside.
Very clean, yes.
Okay. Because yeah, if you look at the outside, it looks like that. It's not really dirty and everything, but
right.
Yeah, but okay. Well, we'll have to take a look at that.
Now I did snip the AC mains line because that was challenging.
Yeah, they always kind of are. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I actually did a video on it and showed the inside, and it's really clean.
Okay. We'll see that. For some reason, the other battery was thing wasn't working really well, but this one's working fine. Seems to be. So now, are you quiet now? Oh yeah. Okay. I hear you. I hear you. What? No. Here, stand up. This is why I have to either put him somewhere else or make sure I get him in at the end. Otherwise, you won't hear anything. Huh. Well, anyway. So, yeah, we'll take a look at that and see what it looks like. And see how I can use the thing here. Back here, of course, see, I have all this other stuff here. But there's that aircraft receiver. I still haven't hooked up my main antenna. And you haven't seen my main antenna out there, have you?
No.
Yeah, I'll show you that too. But yeah, if I hooked it to that, I probably would pick up a lot. Although it does come here really clear with WWV, 5 megahertz. So.
And it sounded good.
Huh?
And it sounded really good in your last video.
Yeah, it sounded really good. So I figured, well, we'll try it next. So anyway, I'll show you outside here. And anything that goes down below, shoot, the plecostomus will eat it anyway. They'll clean up everything. If there's any flakes that end up on the glass down below, yeah, something else. There you go, feeding time at the zoo. I told this guy, I said, well, I have a plecostomist. I said, it's got to be at least 3 years old. I don't know how long they live. And he said, well, I just sold 2 of them. They were 5 years old. And he said, I think they lived to be about 15 years old. I said, oh, geez. See the little guys zipping all around the bottom? They're, like I said, they're cleaning up the flakes that end up on that the other fish don't get. It's an 1878 Martini Henry. It's in .45 caliber. And actually, that's the cocking lever right there. And then you just fire it right there. So the other one I have is all beat up. In fact, I have it on the bench again because I've got to go through and try to clean this part up. It always looked like somebody beat it up with a hammer. It's so messed up. Yeah. They're pretty good sized shells too. I mean, they're big. I don't have any ammo for them because they're really expensive. It'll cost you anywhere from, well, if you can get one for $6 a shot or a cartridge, you're lucky, but most of them are like $9 each if you want to get the cartridges for these. Just because, in fact, the guys that make them, they make them out of 24 gauge casings and they neck them down so they can make it a 45. Yeah, that's something else. But no, it's actually, after I cleaned it up, it actually is not too bad a shape. Wood-wise, everything, metal parts.
And you said this was what, 1890 what?
No, 1878.
78.
Mm-hmm. It was made just before the Anglo-Zulu War of 1879. In fact, in the film Zulu, you'll see the same rifle, and you can tell because it's got the same charge indicator on the side. They all did. So yeah, that's something else. Yeah, they had wiped out the entire column before that, before getting to the Zulu. Wiped out a bunch of, well, I think it was like 1,500 men first. At Ishwandala was the place just before they had set up camp. And Rourke's Drift is where there was a mission station. So that's where they were just setting up. And so that's where it was only like, they had very few guys. They only had like altogether 140 men. So you figure a column of 1,500 got wiped out just before that. And these guys were able to stand off 5,000 Zulus and for like about 2 or 3 days. And finally the Zulus gave up. They said, well, now we can't wipe them out, so we're just going to bypass them. And they never did. They never did touch them. But yeah, something else. So yeah, it's got a lot of history to it. Oh. There's the bayonet for it. So this thing, if you can imagine, you put one of those on. See the reach on that thing? Like I said, it's almost like, 6 feet long. You put it on there.
Gee.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's something else.
Holy cow, that is a humongous bayonet.
It is. Yeah, is it though? That's something else. That's why I can't fit. I had to take it off to get it into the cabinet. There's no way it's going to fit.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you can figure that out. It's like almost like 2.5 feet long, I think.
As big as my arm.
Uh-huh. Definitely.
That is humongous.
But yeah.
Now they're all not that long, are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah. This is the same type of just, it just, in fact, it just locks on just like that. And that's how it locks on. You just pull it out. Because it locks right in there. And yeah, they all lock in the same way. Just like that.
All right.
But yeah, so see how it locks in there? That's how it locks in. If you pull it out that way. So So it's, you know, you can put them on there pretty quick. I mean, guy said if you fix bayonets, well, yeah, it wouldn't take you very long at all. Within a few seconds, you get it on there. So, yeah, there you go. It won't fit in my gun cabinet unless I got the bayonet off of it. So, yeah, there you go. That's what makes up your extra length on that thing. It's about, you know, you figure half of the rifle again would be bayonet. Chubby saying, "What's he doing?"
Yeah, that's as big as your torso.
Huh?
That's as long as your torso.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, really. That long?
Man,
Yeah, it's something else.
that would definitely hurt somebody.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can see the triangular spike. Well, that sucker is sharp. Look at that. Let's say it's a triangular shape.
Oh.
Yeah, it's something else. So, there we go in there. That was my grandfather's that gave it to my dad. That is a Stevens Jr. 22 rifle. And on top of that, it's got a rolling block design. That's what it is, a single shot rolling block. And that's it. So you just load it, pick it up, and that's it. Made by Stevens. This one's made in, I think, 1907. So.
22?
Yep, 22. Got a picture somewhere of Anaya holding it when she was 4 years old. She was shooting this when she was 4 years old. If you can imagine. But yeah, it's something else. But yeah, pretty good shape. I mean, it still has a lot of the bluing still left on it. It is missing a trigger guard. But other than that, everything else is there. Functions fine.
I think your bayonet's probably about as big as that.
Pretty close. If you look at it, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much. Actually, we go by the barrel. It's longer than the barrel, actually. If it's like that, but that's how much farther it would be even away from that barrel. And this is only part of it. I mean, these are just the ones I have on display. I mean,
Right.
I've got 3 other gun cabinets back in my bedroom. I mean, and 2 of them. Actually, one of them has the rifles in it. The other has handguns, and the other one is all ammunition. And let's see. Oh, that's the one this is the Enfield. Originally Enfield. This is the one that was a prop gun. It was originally made as a real rifle. I mean, it was a working, functioning rifle. And I have the tag on it. It was a consignment tag. And it was made during the Second World War. And this was actually built here in the U.S. But it was built to be shipped over to England for the war effort. But we even used Enfields. The U.S. troops did too. But this is the one here where I redid the entire thing. The bolt I had to get a new bolt for it because the other one, it was totally welded shut.
Oh,
there was no way you could use it. So I went through and I found out that I could go ahead. There was a couple little spots here where they had some welding slag on them. So I ground them down but it works fine. I took it out, this one I took out to the range too, test it out. But yeah, it was originally made by Stevens in 1944. And that's where this is the safety on it. So, but yeah, everything works on it. It's got a detachable magazine. But 303 British, that's what it shoots. Let's see. This one. Gotta keep tags on everything.
I don't blame you.
This is a 1916 Mauser. This is the one it's in 308 caliber. This is the one I originally got it with. The other Mauser was in 7mm, but the problem with that was the barrel in the other one was such bad shape, it was pitted so bad, I did not think it, would fire at all. And this one was in perfect shape. So it didn't have a good stock, so I just got rid of the old stock there and exchanged stocks. But yeah, it's in really nice shape too. And notice right there.
Oh yeah.
It is, yeah. Has all the cartouches on it. Everything's there. But I have, I have so much stuff here. It's something else. This I got from, well, I got a lot of mine from J&G sales in Arizona, but I've been getting a lot more of them from the outfit in North Carolina. So, in fact, that's where this one came from, one in North Carolina. And then a lot of them were from these suppliers that had gone bankrupt, basically, and they were selling off all the stuff. A lot of the guns came from there. This is one of the first ones I got here at Cabela's, actually. This is a 1894 Winchester. And this one is the same age I am. It's made 1950.
1894?
Nope. Nope, it was made 1894. It's a model 1894, but made in 1950. They made these model 1894s until about 1972, I think. But after that time, what happened was, that's why I wanted to get one made prior to 1964. All of them made prior to 64 were all machined. All the other ones after that, after 64, they were all stamped out. So, yeah. So these are all stamped. These are all machine parts, not stamped. And yeah, it's something else. But I took this thing out. This one here is actually different than most 94s you'll find. It uses 32 Winchester Special ammunition. So it's a really long shell. It's 32, but it'll probably knock down an elephant, I don't know. This thing will hold, this tube, that's why this tube here, it'll hold 7.
Oh, wow.
Whereas most of the others, they used to have chambered in 45 caliber because guy could use them for their, handgun or long Colt. They're in 45 long Colt because they could stack them. Could stack a lot of bullets in there. And then that way there, they didn't have to worry about it. But this thing here, yeah, it'll do pretty well. But yeah, like I said, that's just part of it, man.
Have you shot that one?
Oh yeah.
What kind of recoil you get out of it?
Oh, it's pretty good. It's not enough to knock you over, but of course that one I took out in my video too. That's the one I put right in. And it was really that one shoehorned in there too. This is the 1896 11. This was actually privatized in 1951, but they did bring it in 1911. It was made in 1896. Straight bolt. And you pull it straight back and it goes straight forward. And then you see how this comes out?
Mm-hmm.
That's also the safety. If you turn it sideways, you could turn it sideways and it would actually be the safety. This.
Oh, that's cool.
Now you won't be able to fire it. And then back there, no fire. Yeah, that's when I took off the range. And figure, 122 years old. Still fires fine. Still not too bad a shape for its age. I didn't have to do any more than just clean it up and oil it. Everything is in good shape. Bore was still perfect shape. Like I said, the last time it was privatized was in, you can see all the serial numbers are still there, and they all match. It's all matching serial numbers. And yeah. There was nothing missing on it when I got it. It's all there. I just cleaned up the stock and it's pretty much all there. But yeah, it's something else.
So, holding the rifle, walking out with it, do you ever sing Daniel Boone?
Huh? Well, I can show you the one I made, actually. The one I made is actually in my room. Actually, the oldest shotgun I have is that one sitting out there in the other room. Oh, where's the tag? Put that tag back. But, yeah, of course, that's a double barrel. That's a fairly new one there, actually. This one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Friend of ours, he used to own a gun range in Auburn, but he closed it down. So he ended up, a lot of widows and stuff would go ahead and sell collections and stuff they had after their husband died. Well, that's what he would do, and that's where this one came from. I paid him like $150 for this one.
Wow.
It's a break open. And
What gauge you say?
12 gauge, double barrel. You know, it's really in nice shape. I don't think the guy ever used it, really. I think what happened is he probably put it in this thing, and I only found a little flake, couple flecks of rust there. But other than that, perfect shape.
Have you fired it yourself?
This one? No, I have my other. I haven't even fired this one. My brother fired the one he picked up from him. The one I fired is a Remington I bought from my uncle. It was a Remington made in 1948. It's a Remington Auto. And I used that at my brother's place up in Colfax. We had there. Because at Colfax you could go ahead and you could still use, well, you'd fire handguns, guns, anything around there, because his nearest neighbor was, like about 10 acres away. So you were able to go ahead and use any of that stuff you wanted to out there. But yeah, so you want to go look at my other gun cabinets? This one here, the first one, that has all the handguns in it. So it's got a few in there.
Oh my goodness. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
What do you think, Chubbs?
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Holy cow.
Yeah. And that's those cases, those are cases of more ammo I couldn't fit inside my ammo cabinet. And that's just the handguns, right? Okay. And this one is all the rifles. Notice I have that stacked in there.
Yes, you do.
It's supposed to be a 14 gun cabinet. I think I have about 15 in there, I think. This is the one I shot. That's the Remington Auto. This was made in 1948. I bought from my uncle back in 1970, actually. Very little wear on it, being that old.
When was the last time you used it?
Well, I was at my brother's house about, I was about, how long ago was that? That was about 5 years ago, actually. I was up there. Took it out there. But, yeah, it's, this one here holds 3 shells in there.
You're like me with cameras. Got so many, you just can't really use them.
Yeah, I know. I just got so much stuff. I mean, you can only get so many. You can only shoot so many of them.
Right.
And then, that's an 8mm. That's an 8mm Mauser. I sporterized back in 1970. This was a military one. It was a Gewehr 98, which was actually around World War II, just before World War II, actually. And this one actually was made in Danzig, Germany. But I scoped it, the bolt itself. I had that turned down at Siegel's Gun Shop. And it was nickeled back in 1970. So, because it was a straight bolt. So if you had a straight bolt, of course, you can't put a scope on it. So I had to turn it down, put the scope in, and you'll see there it still has the place where the military sights came out of, right there. But it is long. And this thing, it kicks like a mule, I'll tell you. It really will. My dad says, after he shot it, after I bought it, I had him shoot it. He says, well, no wonder those Germans are always stoop-shouldered all the time after shooting these things all day. And, yeah, something else. But I got the only, the AK-47 lookalike in there. Actually, it's a WAPR-10. But
that's tiny.
You would think so, huh? But it shoots really well. And I bought this one at Cabela's just after I got here. About the same time I got the Winchester, actually. And even then, let's see, when I bought this one cost me almost $1,000 then. It was like, I think $899, so with tax and all came in 9 something. But yeah, so, and this was made in 1975. Most of my other stuff is older than that.
It's got a nice stock.
Yeah, well, I cleaned it up. It didn't have a nice stock before. It's all bare wood.
Oh.
Yeah. Same thing. The anodized coating was starting to come off. I redid that. And all this was all bare wood too. So I've redone all of them.
Yeah, I really like that stock.
Yeah.
What kind of wood is it?
I don't even know what kind of wood it is. I know it was made in Romania. This was made in Romania. And I have a long clip for it, but I also have a drum magazine for this. It'll take a drum magazine, 75 rounds. But as you can imagine, there's just a lot of stuff in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've shown these on camera before, and realistically, camera does no justice.
No, you just have no idea. I mean, I just have tons of stuff in there. Like I said, I had to really pack it in there. Well, it's like these other ones, you know. That's a Russian Mosin Nagant. It's a model 9130. I have 2 of those. Same ones. One's made in 1944, one's made in 1943. Then I have the other ones that were made by Finns. The Finnish made them using the same Russian action on top of that. So I've got those in there. I have a Springfield that was my uncle's. I bought from him. It was a 30-06, and actually, that Springfield is probably the most accurate rifle I have here. And that iron sights don't even need a scope with that thing, and you can hit anything with it with no trouble at all. Let's see, where are you? It's right there. I think it's that one. Yep. Is that it? No, that's not it. That's the other Russian one, I think. It's buried in there. Along with everything else.
That's okay.
But it's in there. As you can see, it's kind of like a engineering and stacking problem. We'll get the stuff in there. It's something else. We're going to get it so far and it just starts falling over like that. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. Notice Collins 75A3.
Yeah, I was noticing
that works. Yeah, but it only works with headphones. There is a audio stage on there that's messed up. It's another project. Whole thing. And where do I have stuff hidden back here? I have more stuff back here somewhere.
Oh, you got an old York's alarm clock.
Yeah, I do.
Those things are awesome. I like York's. Oh my goodness.
That's the ammo.
Wow.
All the ammo cans are full of ammo. Those are sealed cans down there. What I have, for every gun, I have, you know, at least a couple hundred rounds for each stored in there.
Wow.
Pretty much. What? No. What? What do you want? Oh. What is it? Timmy fell down the well? Chubby! What do you think? Huh? What? Yeah. What? What? Oh, he wants to go outside. That's what. That was made in 1961. In fact, this is the correct manual for it. It's a model 4300 receiver.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's solid too. It's a real boat anchor, that one. Yeah, it is, definitely.
Kind of like that piece of gear I just brought you.
Yeah. I got a lot of those. Have all the voltages are, because it was run off a battery. The batteries for them. But
It was a farm radio, wasn't it?
this is 1928. That's when this one was made. But case was bought out the following year. So they never manufactured these more than 1 year. What really got me was inside there.
That's nice.
Isn't that something? You can imagine. Yeah, it was made in 1928. In fact, they got the tag inside there, the case up there tag. Actually, Indiana is where it was made, actually. Back in Marion, Indiana. But, yeah, they were, I guess they were state of the art at the time, back in 1928. So, yeah, but I paid $60 for that. And when I did, the guy that was selling the two radios, he gives my brother a better deal. He gets his for $40. Okay. Well, thanks for coming.
All right, everybody. Thanks for. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. No,
No, you were talking.
I was just talking. I was just saying, thanks for coming, and finally got to see you.
My pleasure.
Yeah. Of course, we also got to see you now too.
I know. So I'll just put a big black orb.
Yeah,
over
you'll pixelate, your face.
1980 witness program.
Yeah.
So. All right, everybody. I hope
Okay.
you've enjoyed this special trip to Lucky Larry's house. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. He told me off camera that for the first 200 subscribers, he's going to give a $100 bill to. The trick to that is try collecting.
Try collecting, yeah.
So. All right, Larry.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I
All right.
appreciate the hospitality and
Thanks
the
a lot.
stories. And it was really nice meeting you, Chubby.
And Chubby, yes. And he didn't bite anybody.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment, and join his channel. He'd appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.